What's up, guys? My name is Justin. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back to talk about the iRacing Season 4 schedule. Now, it dropped rather late. There was about a 3-hour delay for whatever reason, almost 4 hours actually, from when the server went back live and when iRacing was back up post build to when the preliminary schedule dropped. And it was a very anxious 4 hours to be Justin, because it's honestly the best part of my entire season is just looking at the preliminary schedule, to be honest with you. So I was able to go through kind of a late thing to go through and put my schedule together, get everything ready to rock, and kind of list what we're going to be racing for season 4. It's going to be a lot of the same stuff, but a couple of very special additions and things that I was hoping for and looking forward to. So yeah, we're going to see how it goes. Hopefully I can get this video out yet tonight. It's going to be kind of a scramble. I will also have the PCC paid track nominations hopefully up tonight at some point, but that's going to all depend on how the rest of my evening goes. But for now, we'll start with this. So week number 1 can be pretty basic, pretty straightforward. PCC in the Clio. Once again, of course, going to run for points, not 4 points, but full schedule there at Laguna Seca week 1, and then same with Ford GT2. I did decide I was going to give it a whirl again and see how it goes to run the Proto GT again full season, not chasing points, but just to run again for the full season there at Mount Panorama week 1. Pretty straightforward, easy, done and dusted. Week number 2, I didn't have anything on the schedule. Both PCC and Ford GT2 are at tracks that I'm either not going to buy or don't own already. PCC's at Mexico City week number 2, which is a brand new paid track, which I'm very much looking forward to seeing, but have no interest in buying. It's not my kind of place. I'm not a big F1 fan or anything like that, so not going to purchase it, but we'll run some Beetle Light during week number 2, either the fixed or the open, or maybe both. They're at Daytona and Iowa, respectively. I had a lot of fun at Iowa race I did with Bryce a couple weeks ago, so I'm going to try to get a little bit more Beetle Light in. Week number 3 is where it starts to pick up a little bit. Mini stocks, I said I wanted to get back into that as well, especially after running for time trial points last season. Not going to run any time trials this season. Carl did mention wanting to get in a time trial, some kind of oval series, and essentially compete against each other and see who could come on top. I'm still open to that, but we haven't talked any further about it or anything, so we'll have to wait and see what he wants to do with that. But that could be a fun little thing. But otherwise, I'm not going to run any points chases for time trials this season. I had my fun with my 4 series last season, but it did get me the itch to get back into mini stock and make more of a conscious effort to do it a handful of weeks throughout the season. I love USA, as you all know, so we'll start out with week number 3, mini stock USA. Gen 4 is going to good Atlanta, old Atlanta, good Atlanta, whatever you want. The pre-reconfigured Atlanta, I guess post-first reconfiguration, pre-second reconfiguration Atlanta. So always looking forward to that. Of course, that's where I got my one and only Diet Dr. Pepper win this past season, so I'll try to fit that into my schedule. PCC is going to the Kansas Roll. This was the wild card random track selection. I remember that infamous roll of the number 10 on the random dice like it was yesterday. But very much looking forward to that. Should be fun, should be crazy. Hopefully it's popular, people give it a chance. It's kind of a weird, quirky track, but it should be a lot of fun. And then Ford GT2 is at the Hockenheim Ring. Week number 4, excuse me. PCC is at Lime Rock with, I believe, the West Chicane, which should hopefully help some passing, give us a couple of extra passing zones than what we'd normally have. Ford GT2 is at Spa, which I'm not really looking forward to, but I also did have a lot of fun there last season, and with the car updates that we had prior to the Enduro race, maybe that'll be a lot of fun. And then again, Beetle Light Open is at Daytona, the D-Class series. So again, we'll see if I need some extra racing, if we'll get that in there. Week number 5, mini stock again is out South Boston, another track I absolutely adore. As you all know, we've had a lot of fun, a lot of success there over the years. PCC is going to the Nürburgring, and Ford GT2 is going to Canadian Tire. Week number 6, oh boy, Ringmeister is back. We didn't run any Ringmeister last season because the cars were kind of nothing that really jumped out at me. Week number 6, we see the return of my beloved Pontiac Solstice. So if you see like 2 or 3 races of Ringmeister in the Solstice for week number 6, I'm sorry. I just can't help it. I don't get very much chance to drive my beloved Solstice anymore. Bet your ass I will be there at least twice, maybe 3 times, that we'll probably all see on video because I just can't get enough of it. It sounds like a blast. Very excited. Should be a lot of fun, and we'll see if we can have some good racing there. Maybe organize a JKR community split of that. So that's going to be week number 6. Didn't really see anything else that fancied me there. Week 7, PCC goes to Olden Park. I think it's the historic without the first chicane, if I remember correctly. I don't remember exactly. And then week number 7, Ringmeister is the Kia Optima, which I'm still undecided on. We'll see how that works out. I'd love to get in that, but we'll see. Ford GT2 is at Sebring, a track I really love. We have a really good setup built for Sebring, so very much looking forward to that. And then I decided to get back in the USF. I know this will make Jacob proud. If I have some extra time, I really like Olden Park, especially in cars kind of like that. So I'd love to try to get Olden Park in. It's not a huge draft track, so we'll see. But that's kind of one that if I have some extra time or I'm able to put some good prep in beforehand, we'll try to give USF 2000 the world there. Week number 8, again, mini stock linear, kind of another track that I like a lot. Felt really comfortable at during our time trial last season. Would love to get in. Gen 4 is at Legacy, Texas. Again, kind of an interesting, quirky combo. Obviously, that was just normal Texas back in 2003. I'd love to run that. It's probably a crazy, crazy fun race, crazy fast down the straights, a lot of tire wear. Should be quite interesting, quite exciting. So I'd love to get that in. PCC is at Canadian Tire, and Ford GT2 is at the Nürburgring. Week number 9, again, a pretty light week of stuff. So Be the Light is at Daytona. Again, I'll try to get that in just to have an official race that week. Week number 10, PCC goes to Okayama. The Ringmeister week is the Ford GT2, which I would absolutely love to do because, again, we already got Kia, we already got Solstice. Why not wrap it up with the Ford GT2? My only fear with that is that the set's not going to be very good just because it is a tricky car to have a set for that feels good. So if the set's good, I'll give it a whirl. If it's not, probably not going to end up doing that just because I have a certain feel I like in our open sets in Proto GT. If the Ringmeister set is just trash, we won't even bother because it's a really hard thing to do when the set's not good. But then the normal Proto GT series is going back to Laguna where we struggled previously, but still need to give it a whirl. Should be fun. Free track should be pretty popular. Week 11, Kia is going to Snarriton 300, which I'm not very excited about. But I need to get back in there and avenge the infamous Kia death disqualification, worst race I've ever had, DQ, wanna die race. I have to. I know that was at Snarriton 200 like a couple years ago now, feels like, or at least a year ago. It was a long time ago. I think it was last summer. But I need to get back in the Kia at Snarriton. That's going to be my week to do it, week 11. I'm not going to be excited about it. I'm probably going to hate it and just shit on Snarriton the entire time as I usually do. It's because the track absolutely sucks, but I have to do it for myself. So just to put that behind me, I can't let the last Kia Snarriton race I have be that awful one. So we'll try to rebound week 11, find a good race there. PCC going to the Charlotte Roval is going to be the brand new and updated fresh Charlotte Roval. We selected the layout with the hairpin corner, I do believe, if I remember correctly. So that'll be a new interesting thing. Of course, a lot of series will have gone there by that point, NASCAR and some others. So we'll see how that all shakes out. Ford GT2 will be at Daytona, where we just were a couple weeks ago. I struggled a lot there, but worked a lot with Will on kind of where his setup was good, where my setup was good, and hopefully we can build something a little bit better there. I'd love to run a little bit more comfortably there. Always love to get 1 or 2 weeks of IMSA fixed in. Nürburgring Grand Prix caught my eye in week 11 in the Cadillac GTP. Again, that's going to be kind of an if I have some extra time thing. Love the GTP. You know I love my Cadillac, and I'd love to get that race in if I get some free time. So I'll do my best, but that's going to be kind of on the back burner. And then again, USF 2000 if I have some other extra time and Olden goes well and doesn't make me hate open wheel again for 6 months. I'd love to run Oschersleben. I had a lot of fun there. We ran a couple last time they were there, maybe 2 times ago they were there, and it was great. I had a blast. It was a great car track combo, so I'd love to do it again. And then we're all the way down week 12 already. Mini stock at USA comes around again. PCC is going to be at Watkins Glen, and the Ford GT2 Proto GT is going to end up at Olden. This is going to be a rough week for me. This is going to be a short week. I'm actually traveling this week, and then we'll be gone all of week 13 next season, which is kind of a bummer. But so we're just going to have to take videos where I can get them, fit stuff in where I can. And again, there's probably going to be like several days there between week 12, week 13, and the beginning of 2026 season 1, right around the holidays, early mid-December, where I don't have videos just because I'm gone. I'm going to be gone for like 10 days and then some other time in there in December as well. So I'll do my best, but that's going to be kind of the game plan. So that's what I got for the official racing series. Obviously, there's going to be some K5 races, WRL, other league stuff that may come up, Diet Dr. Pepper, if that ends up getting rocking again with something. Who knows what else will fill the gaps. Again, if Carl wants to do a time trial, we'll do that as well. But that's kind of the first run through, the initial breakdown of what I looked at and what caught my eye and interested me. So If you have anything else you want me to try in particular, sorry, Jacob, I decided against Legends Road. It just didn't look like something that would really get me excited, and that's what I need these days is to get really excited. So no Legend Road, sorry again, for those of you that have been asking for that. The other thing that caught my eye was SRX. Nico and Will, Nico specifically as the community manager now, has done a really good job kind of revitalizing that. I'm going to keep a close eye on that. If it's something that looks like fun or that I enjoy, I'm going to test it and test drive later. If it seems like a fun thing, maybe we'll add some SRX to this. Not going to promise anything, but we'll see. It's just I always like supporting my friends in the community and the people that are trying to do good things like Nico's doing with SRX. So that's a possibility. Again, I also weighed some GT4. I need to test GT4 during test drive as well, see how I feel about the new tire model, see if I still like the Aston, if I like any of the other cars, and then we'll go from there. So that's a distinct possibility. But again, that's a very, very unlikely possibility, if anything else. So that's kind of the plan for season number 4. A lot of the usual stuff, PCC and Ford GT2, get back into mini stock, be the light, and then of course we have some good Ringmeister weeks, GTP weeks, Gen 4, other things going on. So hopefully it's a lot of fun. Hopefully it's a good mix, and I'm very, very excited in a couple days to get the season going. But for now, we're going to keep pumping out some more Week 13 content. You'll see Nibbon 5 Series, 87 Series at Homestead coming up soon. And then we'll be on to some more wacky races the rest of this week, including PCC Oval, Figure Great, 5 to go, and probably some other stuff. So that's going to be it for me. I appreciate you all so very much. I hope you have a great week 13. Make sure you drop that like and sub down below on this video, and we'll keep the good racing content coming. So that's going to be it for me. Till next time, as always, bye bye.